And just when you thought the problems from the storm are over, moments before I came out here to start my walk for the day, this happened. I think I've got it pointed right. You can see where that big tree limb just came down. It's a good thing I wasn't out here, and it's a good thing it landed on this side of the driveway instead of the other side of the driveway. But I'm going to have to get the chainsaw out here and go over picking up sticks again all over the front yard. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So anyway, hello everyone. Semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. What you're watching is you're watching me walk. I know that doesn't seem exciting, but just a little over 2 years ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm also glad you're here. It means a lot that you spend just a few moments of your day with me. I would like to ask y'all to help me out. Go ahead and drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." Hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe. All these things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 61 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40, like being out here walking every day. I paused here for just a moment because I'm getting ready to walk up that hill again, and I'm going to do it quickly because I'm trying to build up to the point to where I can sprint up this hill at some point. So here we go. I'm going to pick up the speed. I'm not going to actually run. We talked about going slow yesterday and building up to stuff, but we do want to push ourselves a little bit more every day. What I wanted to talk to you about today, before I stepped out and saw that mess in my front yard again, is sorry about that. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is fruit, honey, glucose, the A1C test. We're going to go over just a little bit of this today because there's a point that was made when, I forget who Dr. Berry was talking to, but he was talking to somebody, and it made me think. And just in case you haven't seen it, I want you to think about it too. They started talking about the A1C test, HbA1c, hemoglobin A1c. We all know that measures glycation caused by glucose in the blood to the red blood cells. It's one of the primary markers of oncoming diabetes. Whew. But what they said really made me stop and think. Because like I said, we all know that it measures glycation damage due to too much glucose in the blood. But what people don't stop and think about is that glycation doesn't just happen to your red blood cells. That's what the test is measuring. But, okay, I made it up to the stop sign. And now we'll walk at my normal walking pace back down the hill. But while glycation to the red blood cells is what the A1C test measures, the damage happens to every cell in our body. That's why we have so many bad outcomes over the course of time due to diabetes. Why you get loss of eyesight, fingers and toes, and then feet and hands all being amputated later because they basically die. Multi-system organ failure happens. There's a lot of damage that can happen, and of course it's raining on me now. It wasn't supposed to rain at all today, so this is interesting. But we need to be aware that too much sugar in our blood damages everything, not just the short-lived red blood cells. And for people that are out there following certain someones that encourage you to eat fruit and honey, remember that fructose not only does not show up on an HbA1c test, because the test is specifically designed to test for glycation from glucose. It has been shown in labs, tests from people like Dr. Ben Bickman. And I think it was Dr. Bickman that Dr. Berry was talking to. Professor Bickman. But fructose is approximately 7 to 10 times more glycating than glucose. Fructose is terrible for us, and there's no test to check for glycation damage caused by fructose. There's no test to check for glycation damage from galactose. They only have the A1C test that tests for damage caused by glucose. I've said this a lot. If you're surfing several hours a day or doing some other heavy-duty exercise, you can probably get away with eating some extra glucose or some extra fructose. But it's not something that the average person is going to be able to get away with. Because let's face it, most people that are watching YouTube videos to try and get a little bit healthier are more like me than the certain person who's out there surfing all the time. So just be very careful. I'm going to kind of wind through the yard here to get to the spot where I usually finish my videos, because the tree is kind of blocking, it's sticking out a couple of feet into the other side of my driveway, and it's also blocking my my sidewalk. So I think I'm going to have to get the chainsaw out here and see what I can get done with this. And there's some more limbs hanging over there. I hate to lose these trees, but I think I'm probably going to have to go with what the tree service said and just take these two big trees out of my front yard. Because if this big branch here that looked like it was still healthy came down, who knows what else could come down and crush whatever is underneath of it. But anyway, just be careful. Realize that glycation damage, whether it's from glucose or fructose or whatever kind of sugar it is you're eating, it doesn't just damage the red blood cells that show up on the A1C test. It damages every tissue, every cell in your body. Hopefully some of what I said today made sense. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.